Okay, so this is what our brain looks like. And normally there's another half to it, but right now we're just going to look at the left half of the brain. Okay, so as you can tell, it's divided up into 4 different parts, also called lobes. We're going to start with this lobe right here. This is going to be the very front of your brain, right where your forehead is. That's going to be called the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe has many different functions, but one of them is that it deals with your memory. So anything you have to remember gets put in the very front of your brain, called the frontal lobe. Next, if you divide the front half from the back half, straight down the center, it'd be divided by what's called the central sulcus. And a sulcus is just a division or a group in that brain. And that's going to help divide this lobe from the frontal lobe. And this lobe is called the parietal lobe. So if you were to go like this, you would be touching that side of your brain, that parietal lobe there. The parietal lobe helps deal with a lot of different functions as well, but one of them is that it deals with your touch sensations. Okay, then we have this third lobe right here, and this third lobe is going to sit at the very back of your brain, called the occipital lobe. This one helps deal with your vision. So anything you see gets processed here in that occipital lobe. And then we have a sulcus back here as well, that division here. That's going to be the parietal occipital sulcus, because it divides the parietal lobe from the occipital lobe. And our last and final lobe here is going to be that temporal lobe. Sits right where your temples are, your ears are at. That's going to have everything to do with your hearing. So anything you hear gets processed in that temporal lobe. And that gets divided by a sulcus here that runs laterally or to the side of the head, right? And that's going to divide the frontal lobe from the parietal lobe and the temporal lobe. And that's going to be that lateral sulcus right there. So that's just a quick overview of what the left side of the brain looks like.